I'm not going to talk about assessment for learning in detail here, although this is an important area as far as the topic of feedback is concerned. My focus in this video is what we call question level analysis. I want to explore how our teachers use question level analysis to be first and foremost informed in themselves about how learning is taking place in their own classrooms, as well as provide meaningful feedback to our students and parents. We encourage teachers to track students' learning, but this tracking is useless if we do not act upon what we find. With the disapplication of national curriculum levels, this approach has become even more important. There is a lot of confusion over what exactly levels and grades mean, not just among the parents, but among the teachers themselves. For example, how do we determine if a child is going to achieve a level 5C or a 5B? Or if a child is going to achieve a grade C or B? What evidence do we use? Is there a consensus between the teachers? And when we communicate these numerical values to the parents, what do we expect them to do with it? And most importantly, what do we expect the students to do with it?
So we have a COVI score sheet in English to work on the Year 11's English language exam skills. It's a really fantastic way of getting individual skills into the students' heads to see where they've been improving.
Form, describe, explain, extra details that engage the reader. I'm thinking still yellow at the moment. You can always push the detail that a little bit further, I think, in your description.
So for example, I could only question 3, and that was finding relevant quotes and evidence from the context, and from gaining help from the teacher, which now is evident from my exam papers which I do on Monday, exam skills. Now I can see that I can find relevant quotes and evidence which I could link to my question, and I've gotten more marks than what I used to get in the exams that I did before.
And then it's split into 3 different levels. We put it as a colour red for that individual skill if they're really unsure about that particular technique, that particular skill. If they feel they're getting to grips with the skill, then we have it as a yellow or an amber. And if they feel they've completely mastered that skill, we have it as a green. It's something they consistently do it in their exam work. We can put that skill as a green.
This is a student tracker for the teachers and for the students. A teacher gets a copy of it, and we do as well. And essentially, it's a tracker to track where we're going wrong, and the teachers can see it as well.
We have the structure of the exam present in this scoreboard, and the student fills in how confident they feel about that subject and that question. And once we have the marks, we can see where the gaps of knowledge are and what they need help with. So it does really help to get an overall understanding of where the student is, and that helps us to focus on the key areas.
Area where I struggled, for example, would be the Soviet invasion of Czechoslovakia.
I had gaps in my knowledge for Cuban Revolution and Bay of Pigs, so what I did was I made a poster and I kind of mapped it out, and that helped me understand it better.
With the scoreboard, it allows us to be more specific. It's more target specific on certain subjects that the student feels that they need more help with.
When they do their Monday after school language exam practices, it's my job to see if those students are making progress in the way that we have, I've guided them towards doing it. I think using the question level analysis COVI scoreboard has been an absolutely brilliant way of allowing myself as well as the students to see individual modes of progress. Sometimes I think feedback can be far too general, so even within one question we can split it into 4 or 5 specific skills. A student might have mastered being able to find the quotes, but given the effect is something different, and that's what the COVI scoreboard allows, to see individual avenues that a student needs to go down.
We provide many interventions to our students, and we expect all our teachers to use these techniques to approach intervention. Interventions are meant to be personalized, and deploying these techniques allows it to do just that.